Hey, what's up, my truth seekers? How are you guys doing? Hope you all are doing great today. Happy blessed Sunday, guys. I'll make sure that everything is clear because you know how it is when I come live when it comes to this mic. So, guys, I can hear myself, so that's a good sign right there. As you can see right here, I'm going to go ahead and talk about love and marriage in Huntsville. This right here is season 6, episode 18, which you guys know that I said I was done unless, something that's really interests me. And this right here, it had caught my attention because I thought that it was over with, when it comes to Melody, going after Letitia and Marsau's marriage. How many seasons? 6 seasons. And we still talking about the same thing. What's up with Tisha's and Marcel's marriage where Melanie feel like, she have to put her input on it. It does not make no sense. And just to see that Stormy wants to call Marcel a woman and a bee. Come on, guys. This right here, this have drawn the line. This is what I call emasculating the black man. And we're going to go ahead and talk about all that because I was trying to find other bloggers, at least, trying to balance it out. One of the little young guys, I like his commentary and he always be honest, he don't care what, people say, he gonna stand on his truth. But now it look like everybody look like, they don't want to stand on their truth. Guys, are we watching two different shows? Come on, let me know because that's exactly what it looked like. It looked like we are watching two different shows. But before I continue, guys, with my commentary, make sure you go ahead and hit like because however you feel led, because like I said, for some reason, when it comes to the truth, we don't want to hear that. People, they love to get their ears tickled. But like I said, in here, we're going to talk about the truth because I truly believe when it comes to these reality shows to me, like I said, it's like a distraction, and if you're going to go ahead and view it, make sure, like I said, try to find something that you can go ahead and pull out of it. Don't sit there and try to get caught up in all this stuff. So before I continue, guys, it's something that I had saw on the shed room. I want to go ahead and talk about that. I saw what's his name? Gosh, man, what's his name? Ice Cube. Yes, I saw Ice Cube. I saw him on. He had made a statement. When people was calling him the goat, and he was saying, "Don't call me," the blank goat. I'm not going to say what he said, but I absolutely understand what he meant. But a lot of people they didn't. So let me go ahead and pull that up right quick. And I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to stay, on without sitting there, cammering down because look like every time when I come on live, it look like I go into the matrix, and especially when I go on Instagram. So let me see if it's going to work for me because I want you guys to go ahead and see this right here before I get into my commentary with love and marriage in Huntsville. This right here is season 6, episode 18. Yes, episode 18. So let me see if I can go ahead and show you guys this right quick. Let me see. I don't hold on one second. Let me see if I can go ahead and share screens. I want to show you this right here. This right here is LL Cool. Let me see if I can pull it up. I want you guys to see it. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and go into my commentary. But let me show you this right here. I hope I don't have problems. I might have to go ahead and cam down. So, but yeah, let me go ahead and show you this right quick. Oh gosh, what the heck is this right here? Look, this is to show you. Let me see this. I didn't see this part. This right here. Just look at this clause. Oh my God. I mean, it's just that we have gotten so far from the truth. If you don't see this as demonic, then what else do you call this? Is enough. They used to get me and still, with those pointed nails, because if you look at this goat devil called Baphomet, he have those sharp pointed nails. But this right here, this is claws, I mean, we just pushed the limit. And that's why I said there, and I tell you guys, this right here is what I call the end times. Look right here, it says, and this right here is coming from the shed room. Oh my God, I don't even want to talk about that. I'm gonna pass it up, but that's ridiculous. And I promise you're gonna find people that's going to go ahead and get their nails just like that. But yeah, this is where I want to go right here. I saw this right here. This is coming from the shed room where Ice Cube, he was on Twitter or X, where he had said, "Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the respect, but don't call me that." People was calling him the GOAT, and that's where he says, "For those who think it's flattering to me, please don't call me, a blanking goat. Carry on." And some of them, they understood exactly what Ice Cube was talking about when he said, "Don't call me the GOAT." And right here in the shed room, it said, "Oops, look like Ice Cube isn't here for being called the GOAT." Cube took to Twitter and explained that he appreciates the respect, but doesn't want to be called that GOAT. And see, a lot of people, they use those names and they really don't know the meaning of it when they calling the person GOAT, because all this stuff right here, guys, it's really, biblical, when the Most High God is going to separate the sheeps from the goats. But it was a comment that I saw, but someone that says too old to be called Ice Cube. But let me see, it was another comment that I saw where some people, they understood exactly, you know why he does not want to be called the GOAT. So like I say, guys, it's power in the tongue, and you have to be careful how you use those words. Let me see if I can go ahead and find it. Maybe someone told him he looked, no, it was something. Yeah, this right here. Let me go ahead and read this one right here. This is what someone had wrote. It says, "That's right, Ice Cube. God ain't recognizing no idols, aka goat. And he will put the sheeps on his right and the goats on his left," and all that. That's scripture, Matthew's 25 and 35, where it says, "Then the king will say to those on his right, 'Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the word." And that's Bible, that's scripture, where the Most High God is going to separate the sheep from the goats. And see, we quick to call people, "Oh, that person is the GOAT." Yeah, it may be to you as the greatest of all times, but why would you want to call yourself something that's really satanic? Because Satan, his idol is the goat, and as they say, the Messiah, his is the sheep. So like I say, when it comes to stuff like that, there is power in the tongue. So let me read a little more comments before I go ahead into my commentary. And this right here, guys, this is not a clickbait. You guys should know me about now how I do my commentary, okay, and what will come out my mouth. And someone says right here, "Yo, they were worshiping goats." And we already know that's exactly where this world is right now. So it was another comment that I saw that I really like. But someone says Ice Cube is probably referring that he doesn't like to be associated with the term goat, because the goat is connected to Baphomet. And go and Google it, and you're gonna see that goat, that money goat, that everybody is bowing down to it, and it's just so sad that our people is falling for it. So it says Baphomet slash Santanics, but you all too sleep. So right there, they saying you all too sleep for that conversation. They don't know, guys. You just don't know, man. Like I said there and say, we are closer to what you call the end times, and most of our people, as you can see, they have fallen for all this stuff right here, with the love of money. And like I say, when it comes to money, and the love of money, because like I'm not telling you, not to get rid of your money, but I'm saying the love of money, you know it will make you lose your soul. It will make you throw your own mama under the bus. And there's a complaint, Brooke, Cubis, but I ain't gonna lie, this man been. So yeah, this is what I want to go ahead and talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead into my commentary, but I wanted to make sure I share this with you guys right here. So I hope you guys can hear me real good, because you know how my live be acting up when I come on. So let me go ahead and click out of that. I'm gonna go ahead and click out of that, guys. But as you can see right here, yes, you do see my thumbnail. You see my thumbnail right there, and we talking about. I'm not gonna go directly into order, but we're gonna go ahead and do a little review of season 6, episode 18. And as you can see with my backdrop, this is what it's all about. It's all about that company scope. Because, if you want to do a Scrabble, all you have to do, if you want to spell the host or whatever name, their name is in there, but they don't own it no more. They all was partners at the time, the Holtz and the Scotts. But during all the stuff that had happened with the divorce, and Martell went ahead and he sold the company, and Letitia, like she said, the company was in the red, and she turned it into a multi-million dollar business. So that's where all the animosity and all the fueling, and why they keep picking with the Scots, because, like I said, the company now is in the Scots' lap. And who is going to trickle down to? Is going to trickle down to their children, because they do not have not one Scots. They have at least four that I saw so far when I went ahead and Googled. So they're not just in little old Huntsville. I mean, they have really branched off. So that's why I think that, those two just cannot sit there and, stop picking with each other, which is really not Tisha. And I like how Tisha is holding herself with grace, because they throwing everything that they can at Tisha, everything. But Tisha, she's still sitting there, sitting on her throne and wearing her crown. And that's what I like about it, because, like I said, just because they coming at you, you don't have to come down to their level, because we already know what it's all about. So let me go ahead, guys. I want to go ahead and do just a little review, and I want to show you guys, some of the stuff that, really had caught my attention. And I already had told you guys that when it comes to all this stuff with this reality show, you know exactly what I think about it. I think as it a distraction, but the thing about it is that it's where our people at. And I can take the foolish things to conform the wise. So I already got my copyright disclaimer, because this little teeny weeny small channel, people, like I say, they still try to come for it, because I really don't have too many loyal subscribers. I have a lot of trolls, okay? But like I say, even the trolls are welcome. So let me go ahead and pull this up right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it, because this right here, guys, I mean, it's time to let this go. Mel, she got her production company, as she say, where she can do reality shows, whatever. Why she just don't focus on that? If you're not happy with this show, and you said that these people are not your friends, then why are you involved in these people marriages? Make it make sense, guys. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Why is Mel so involved in all this? So let me go ahead and break some of this stuff down, guys, because like I said, it's like we all watch, to me, two different shows. Two different shows. I'm going to call it like I said. If I know that someone is picking in my relationship, still talking about something for like 6 seasons, 6 years, and you still talking about the same stuff, trying to find something on my husband, I'm not going to leave my husband. Leave my husband for what? And Marsau already done told Mel, so his children can be without a father, whatever. Oh my God. And if this is what you call the strength of a real woman, come on, guys, make it make sense. So let me tell you go ahead and play this right here. Let me play this right here, guys. And I already got my copyright. And this right here, like I said, this is for entertainment purpose only. And guys, don't, like I said, don't take it too serious because, like I said, you air it out, you are free game. So don't get mad because to me, it might seems like it's something personal to you, and that's where you need to go ahead and go check yourself because these people are getting paid thousands of dollars to put on the show. Okay, so all this right here, guys, this is my copyright. This is for criticism, comments, news reporting, teacher scholarships, and research. And what we are doing right now, like I sit there and say, you air it out, you are free game. Okay.
We know who not to invite next time.
And see, that's the part I didn't like when it came to Stormy. First of all, Stormy should be lucky that Letitia and Marsau are letting them sit at the table because she came through the door, if I'm not mistaken, through Melody. So by Letitia even allowing her to come on so she can sit there and promote her business, then that should be a blessing. But the thing about it is that everybody look like they seems like they coming after Letitia, trying to get Letitia off of her throne because that's exactly where she's at. Okay. And you can't get mad about that. But for Stormy to sit there and call more so a B and saying he's acting like a woman, that right there, like I say, that's crossed all boundaries. But the thing about it is that the reason why Stormy doing that because she want a reaction from Tasha. But the thing about it is that they got the right person because Marceau, like I said, he can handle that. You are in his lane when you talk about stuff like that. So, like I said, I'm not going to start from the beginning. I'm just going to be all over the place. Okay. It's something that caught my attention and I want to go ahead and show it. Now, this scene right here, what I'm going to show right here, it happened this is going to happen next week. Now, I should have went ahead and did all my blogging last week, next week or whatever, but I decided to go ahead and do it right now. But I just want you guys to see where this green-eyed monster and where this snake at, because like I said, it's all because of that business, that scope. That's why all the stuff is happening. So let me go ahead and show you this part right here.
Even with scope. I mean, without me or Melody. Put some respect on it because everything that you got now, you will not have touched anything.
Just like the Fletcher, just like he came and he told Martell, it's really because of the Scopes, it's because of that company. And Martell is saying the same thing that Melanie is saying, you wouldn't have what we have today if we wouldn't gave you that platform, if we wouldn't have, help you guys out. But I talked about all that all the time. Just because you built a house, just because you furnished a house, that does not mean that you're going to live in that house. The Most High God would have you to do all that work just to have somebody else to walk straight in it. And that's why we have to be careful. You have to be careful. And the thing about it, when it comes to Martell, he gonna be smack dab in the middle because Melanie, she only uses him to do his dirty work and he falls for it all the time. All the while, Melanie don't want him to look at her. Melanie don't want Martell to even touch her or say a word. But I promise you, now that all this mess is happening right now, she's going to need Martell on her side. And Martell going to just get caught up in it back again. He's going to get himself all bothered up, and want to fight. And, you know, because Melody knows exactly how to go ahead and push those strings or whatever that battery that is in his back. But I hope he just don't fall for it, that he come to his sense. I hope that Marsau, what he would do is sit there and chop that head the minute when Martell come to him and say, your wife told my wife and other women that you never even pleased her, which we know that's a lie. Which we know that's a lie. What? And then again, why would Melanie, after she been divorced to Martell for at least 3 or 4 years, why season 6 she wants to sit there and tell the women that her husband never even pleased her, that she never even, whatever. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But like I said, Melanie, she need Martell to sit there and make a storyline. Without Martell, Melanie, she does not have a storyline, because Melanie, and I'm not sitting there trying to pounce on Melanie. I'm calling it like it is. Melanie does not have a storyline. Melanie don't even, like I said, she to me, she's not very entertaining. Not at all. But what I think that what she should have done, when she had told the Scots that it's because of her that, they got a platform and she's putting a check in their pocket. I hope that Marcel and Tisha come and say, first of all, you told us a lie. You told us that this right here was going to be about the comeback group. We didn't know that you was going to try to dig into our marriage. We didn't know that it was going to be about that. The only reason why we signed on this contract is because we thought that it was about building up the community in Huntsville. If we knew that it was going to be about somebody's trying to tear each other marriage down, then you really didn't need us. All you had to do is bring in Ariane Curry, and then you guys can be able to tell y'all true story. Then none of this stuff wouldn't be happening today, because then it would be about who it really supposed to be about, how they had another person in their relationship. So, like I said, when you try to do something with bad intention, it's going to come out. All that's going to come out. And that's the effect. That's what you see right now, because how they built this, when you build this on a weak foundation, on corruption, then this is what you're going to get. You reap what you sow. And this is what is happening. And that's why everything that they do, it look like it's failing. And it's ending up whether you guys like it or not. I know you guys don't like my commentary, but I'm gonna tell it to you guys anyway, because like I said, I'm not here to stroke nobody. I'm here to talk about the truth, what I see. We all have an opinion at the end of the day. And this right here, this is my opinion. Now, we're going to go ahead and move on from that. For now, we're going to stick a pin, because all you doing now, as you can see, when it comes to Martell and Melanie, all Melanie doing now is she's going to pour gas on that fire, and Martell, sooner or later, he's just going to blow up. But it doesn't matter, because even though you pitched that show, you got these people in, and you drag them into all you guys mess, and this is what you get. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on.
And there's a lot of stuff that came out that baby reveal. We were talking about the expo.
Oh,
Nothing to do with baby reveal.
And no, it had nothing to do with the baby reveal. They talking about trying to still talking about the Black Expo. Like I said, this was Letitia's first time doing something like that, and they making it a big deal. And when it comes to Kimmy, Kim is another person I don't really trust. I don't even think that Kimmy really cares for Tisha, which she even says she doesn't. She's already said that if she wasn't married in that family, and it's not her word verbatim, but she said that she wouldn't be Tisha's friend. I don't trust him, because first of all, $100. Come on, what is $100? They making a big deal over $100. And you know good and well the event that Tisha went ahead and put on, it was worth more than $100 because they was able to get their business out. They was able to have people to come in and buy products. So I wouldn't have said nothing about the $100 because first of all, Tisha had to get the flyers. She had to rent the building and all the other stuff. Most likely security, had to put insurance on that place in case somebody hurt themselves. So it was a lot of money, that most likely Letitia did behind the scene that oversee the money that she asked them for. So it's no scam in this right here. And the reason why people are making a big deal out of it because they don't like the Scots. Because if they know what's behind the scene and the money that it takes to start a business and, get some type of event going, it takes money. And the thing about it is that when other people do charity work or even the white people, when they do stuff, people don't sit there and start coming to the event and then start counting the calls. We the only people do stuff like this. Why are they counting the calls? People do charity events and most of the money go on themselves buying outfit clothes and all this other stuff. But like I said, it's a vendetta they have against the Scots.
Nell was there, and apparently Tisha had a conversation with Nell.
And Nell, let's go ahead and talk about Nell. Now, I understand what Tisha and Marshall said, how when it comes to their circle, being careful of letting different people come in. Now, Nell is a very grown woman. Why did she felt the need? And I know, guys, like I say, this is a reality show, okay? But they using her as a bone collector. And the thing about it, what she did tell Melanie, it was not nothing that to blow up. It's like they making something out of nothing, just to, try to smear the Scots. That's how I look at it because, that right there, guys, it wasn't even worth for Melody to even go and confront Tisha nor Marcel about. So let's go ahead and move on from that.
This whole money thing, like this money thing is growing legs. Why? Because we weren't under the impression we were going to have to pay anything. And then today, when you and I were talking, you said we did pay because you knew we were having to pay.
And the thing about it, when it comes to Kimmy act like, and I know that, and that's what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna make sure I want to talk about it because I can't say something about Kimmy and Maurice, and I'm about to say the same thing when it comes to the Scots. Kimmy, she act like the $100 came out of her pocket. The $100 didn't even come out of your pocket. It came out of Maurice's pockets. And I'm pretty sure that $100 probably was in his ashtray or, little change to him. But they making something that's so small, making it so big. That's just to show you guys that I don't really think that some of these people are even ready, especially when it comes to, to be on the big screen, because this right here to me, this is very petty. This is very petty. And by Letitia and Kimmy, our sister-in-laws, I think that Kimmy should have went ahead and called Letitia on the telephone, or it should have been a one-on-one conversation instead of bringing to a group of people that really does not like Tisha. But, like I say, this is all a part of a storyline, okay? A very bad storyline.
Marcel told me $100 is going to be for like the sponsorships or whatever. We're at Black and we're talking. I gave him 100. So let me give you a spin to that. Okay. Because the conversation they had, Marcel and Tisha had with Chris and Nell, Marcel said nobody paid nothing. And all of the events came from him and Letitia. He's popped off with Mel. Like demarcates this line.
And notice that when Kimmy, she always, it's like she would take up for Mel before she take up for Letitia. Notice that it's all the time. Because like I say, this stuff right here, this is very small. But it's all the time. It never fails. Every episode, every season, when Kimmy is caught in the middle of something, she always taking Melody's side. And this right here, guys, $100. And even if Maurice said that he gave Marsau $100 and put it in his hands, most likely he probably wasn't even thinking about it. The $100. You know, compared to the money, the amount of money that they put on the event, make it make sense, guys.
When it comes to ladies, he said something about he didn't respect the fact that Mel was selling T-shirts. Don't laugh because it's film that y'all have patronized their business a few times. Exactly.
And let's go ahead and talk about this right here. We're going to talk about this scene right here. It's like, and I say, you know, you guys know I told you guys that I wasn't even going to even do a review when it comes to Love and Marriage in Huntsville, which this might be my last season right here. I don't think that I can do another one unless they go ahead and they revamp. If, like I say, when it comes to Mel, if she got her own production company, I hope she focuses on that. But it's like this season that they're showing right now, I think was last episode and this episode right here, it's like Melanie was everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Her and her wig was everywhere, looking like Miss It everywhere. I mean, whatever scene you saw, you going to see Mel right there on the scene. And the thing about it, guys, she's talking about who? Talking about Tisha. Talking about Tisha. Like I said, all you showing right now is like a green eye monster, jealousy, envy. And the thing about it is that nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about stuff like this. Anytime when you talk about somebody that you say you don't like, and somebody didn't ask you for that advice, but yet you still talking about it, then you're jealous. And just like Nell said, you guys are not friends. You guys are frenemy. We already know that these two are not friends at all. They are not friends at all. And I know, guys, what I'm saying, when you guys catch the replay, I know it hurt your ears. I know you this hurt your ears, but I'm team right. If Letitia and Marsau do something, I'm going to call them on it. But when you start picking with somebody marriage, trying to split these people up, for what? But like I said, let's continue.
Fletcher, it's always at Black. She never knew that we were supporting them like that. So I don't know what she knows. Part of I own 85% of something. I'm gonna know what the hell going on.
And let's go ahead and talk about that. Let's talk about Tisha owning 85% of the business. And the thing about it, like I say, the ones that's doing the talking, they never had a business. First of all, if Tisha owned 85 or she owned 5%, that's still her husband. They still are one. So it doesn't matter. Maybe Letitia owned 85% of the business because she have an MBA in business. So she know more of the business part and know how to sit there and write up all the contracts. And just like Melody. Marcel didn't have his building license. Martell didn't have his building license. Tisha, not Tisha, Melody, she went to school and got a license so she can help her husband. So why is she sitting there trying to call Letitia and Marsau out when she did the same thing? Then she went and got the builder's license because Martell could not pass it. Like I said, guys, when it comes to stuff like this, it's like pot calling the kettle black. So now she wants to sit there and get all into these people personal business so these bloggers can run with stuff like this. But when you run with it, your hands just as dirty. Your hands just as dirty because you did the same thing for your husband when he couldn't pass the test. So now, just because Tisha owned 85% of the business, something got to be shady about it. But see, that's what they do to feed these fans, these hunger bloggers. But you see, stuff like that, they're not going to see it because they can't see the forest from the trees, or however you want to go ahead and say it. But make it make sense. Why are they worrying about it? What Tisha own 85% of the business, unless the reason why you're trying to find some kind of trap, trying to bring some kind of light to it, because you are jealous because that business that she owned, you guys had all came together and y'all started it. So now you're jealous. You're jealous, so you're trying to find some kind of way to rip it down. And like I said, I can't tell you nothing that I don't know. This is the shady stuff that our people do. They will find, if they can't find something, they're going to dig up something to sit there and try to sabotage it. To have people looking all in your business that you're doing some type of shady work, but it doesn't matter. If she wants to own 85% of the business, maybe she probably had the credit, the good credit, and we know she got the brains for it. You guys can call Letitia slow as whatever you guys want to call. But like I said, when you get a MBA, that degree is not easy. You have to have brains to get an MBA dealing with numbers, and that's facts. Okay. So guys, like I say, if you're going to call it right. Be honest. All this right here is jealousy because this right here was petty. This right here was high schoolish. Nowhere in the world that grown women are not grown women, Nell Fletcher, nowhere in the world that she should have brought that conversation back to Mel. Make it make sense, guys.
Establishment. All y'all business y'all in together? Mm-hmm. What's the percentage? So let me say this, getting into government proposals and things and submitting bids for the government. There are different certifications. One of those certifications was woman-owned business certification that allows you to get more opportunities.
And you see all that stuff, guys, that right there, that was uncalled for because she did the same thing. So all she's doing is just sitting there, putting her foot in her mouth. Like I say, when you dig one ditch, you better make sure you dig another one because we already know she did the same thing. And also when it comes to those wigs she wear, whoever is her stylist, man, they need to go ahead and she need to go ahead and let them go because from day one, when Mel came on for first season, and I'm not hating, I'm just a cosmetologist myself for 30 years. Those hairstyles is not fitting for her face. And this right here, this is too much hair on her, to say that she have a very, very small face. That's, oh my God, that is horrible.
The government found out the trifling thing that people
And you
were
see,
doing.
that's what they do. They like to get the government and stuff. See, they wants to get the white man into it. Now they're trying to get the white man into these people business. But like I said, they know the rope. They know they have to, dot every I and cross every T's because we got right here, as you call these green eye monsters. That's exactly what it is. And all I'm just trying to show you guys what jealousy is. Like I tell you all the time, jealousy is crueler than the grave. Jealousy will keep their eyes on their prey until they take them out. And all you seeing right now, you seeing it on TV. And that's why I say when it comes to these reality shows, you can pick something out of it, you know? And this right here is showing you nothing is new under the sun. And the thing about it is always our people.
The husband would make the wife, this is real, the higher percentage owner in the company to say it's a woman
Look at
owned
that. Look at
business.
that. You see, look at the eyes. You see how eyes all strength. We see when you see those eyes just closing all strength up. That's jealousy, guys. That's conniving. That's right there is conniving. And now I see what Letitia has said at the reunion when she said Melody got a very dark soul because this is evil. This right here is evil. Because why are you so heavily invested in these people business? What did Tisha do to you? Tisha didn't do you anything but you to sit there and try to sabotage these people business, unless you're doing it because it's something that you want out of it, or something that was yours and they done took it, and now you're trying to figure it out to sit there and sabotage to tear it down where nobody won't have it. That's what it is. And like I say, guys, in here is real talk, unapologetic, unbiased. I can't sugarcoat. And I know, guys, you guys don't want to hear stuff like this. Like I say, I talk about all kinds of stuff. But if I'm going to talk about reality shows, if I'm going to do a review on these reality shows, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. And I'm not no team this, I'm not no team that. I'm team right. And anytime when someone, and I take that stuff personally, because you guys know the story, all the stuff that happened to my business. And when you talk about people, family, their marriage, and you talk about their business, their livelihood, then like I said, that's jealousy. Because a friend is not going to do those things. A friend is not going to cross those type of boundaries. And that's real talk.
Business, woman certified on business, so they could get more contracting opportunities. So here's my thing: if she on 85%, that only leaves 15%. Something ain't right. But you trying to put somebody in the forefront is just the face, or are they really involved? They're right now people to donate. They want to raise $150,000 to build a
Now
house.
she want to talk about the donations, how the Scots wants to help, the community, help people that's in need of a house. Now she wants to sit there and try to stop somebody else from maybe getting a house out of it by putting this on television like they people are fraud or they are scamming people to send them $100,000 so they can put it on their personal stuff, then put it on a house. Now, come on, guys. Like I said, this is what I call jealousy. This is what I call jealousy, because if they are out there asking for donations to help somebody to build a house, instead of you talking about it, why don't you contribute to it? Or if you're not helping, don't talk about it. And see, y'all don't see stuff like this. Oh my God. I know y'all hate it. Y'all hate stuff like this. That's why every time when I do something like this, you guys want to sit there and unscribe, do whatever you want to do to this channel, because I don't get paid for it. And even if I was getting paid, I'm going to stand on my truth. I'm going to stand on my truth. I'm not going to tell you guys something that you want to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth. And that's real talk. I know y'all guys don't like it. But like I said there and say, I'm here. Like I said, I don't know these people from a can of paint. I don't take this personally, but I'm going to call out the truth. I'm not all into these reality shows.
For a less fortunate family, and I think they've got maybe $200, $300 donated.
Now she said they're saying the Scots are doing something for the community. Quite obvious, they got to be doing something for the community, because look at Tisha. Tisha, she was the grand marshal for one of her at one of the colleges she attended. She had a band behind her. They had a parade, you know. She was, you know, so quite obvious they see something that she's doing for the community. You think they gonna make her a grand marshal and they going to celebrate her, give her a key to the community if she's not doing something right? And I'm pretty sure that they're not going to sit there and do something that's going to hurt them, their families, when they know that they are on a reality show and all eyes are on them. They ain't stupid. Oh my God. And like I said, guys, I know you guys don't want to hear it, but this is it. Like I said, if you don't like my channel, you know, find somewhere else where they're gonna tickle your ears, because people don't talk the truth. People, they just lie. They need to, or they want to say something because you know it's gonna keep the food on their table. But if I got to have that type of food, honey, I don't want it.
Made it in 3-4 weeks. I'll tell you how much it is if it's up there. Let me
Now look, adding up these people, all in these people pockets. Just look at that. Now, guys, if you don't call this jealousy, then what is it? Nowhere in the world. I don't even care if it's a television show. Nowhere in the world I would sit there and even play that part, even if it was script. I say, no, I'm not going to get all into these people business. I'm not worrying about them. Why would I waste my energy on them? So look, we're going to talk about what I am doing. So quite obvious, you must don't have no business. You don't have no life. If you got to worry about somebody else's pockets, oh my God.
see Marsau. Oh, I can't look on social because they got me blocked. I got them blocked.
Now, if the Scots got Melanie blocked and she got them blocked, then why was she in their business? Why she's in their business? Why you don't never see Melanie attacking Kimmy or Maurice or talking about her stuff? Why Letitia? Because they trying to bring Letitia and Marcel down. And like I told you guys, go watch all other videos that I made about this. The only one that can bring Tisha down and Marcel is themselves, nobody else. Because see, they see the green-eyed monsters, they see the snakes. And that's why Tisha is not coming off of her throne, because Tisha already got what you want, what you had. You think Tisha gonna give it to you back on a silver platter the way that you hand it to them? No, no.
Well, how the hell you tissue building a relationship if you don't
Can
love?
I be honest with you? I blocked so many people. I'm not about to go through and find her unblock.
She got her own block, and you know for sure she got you on block.
Yeah, but I will tell you this.
Child, y'all ain't friends. Y'all ain't never trying to be friends again. Y'all frenemies.
You see that? Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that face, guys. This girl is so jealous of Tisha. And I know you guys can't stand it. I can feel it. I can feel it. But that's all right. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. Like I said, my commentary is not for everybody. I'm not into all this stuff. You guys are into all this stuff. I come on and I talk about real stuff, talk about truth, talk about how to get our people out of stuff like this. But some of us, we're going to stay stuck. Just because we are the same color, you know, all kin folks, all skin color, whatever, is not all kin folks. You know how it goes. We got people that only can watch from a distance because we got a lot of jealousy people. And the thing about it is our own people. And the only reason why all this stuff is happening because Letitia and Marcel, they got the Scopes, the company that they all built together. And like I said, now what's happening? They trying to find everything to throw at these people so they can say that, want me to tell you something, when I go down, you go down as well. But it's not going to work like that, because now what you've seen the Scots doing, they are building legacies. They building legacies for their children, generational wealth. They're not worrying about what the naysayers or these little things out there, they after your husband or whatever. They ain't worrying about that. Tisha is not worrying about that because she know what she got at home. And another thing I want to go ahead and talk about, I think it was last week, when everybody was trying to make a big deal about the spending, the budget, how each one, they got themselves on the budget. I think that Marsau, he got 3,000 he can spend a month, and that's too much money. Trust me. And Tisha, she got 5,000 that she could spend on her and her girls and whatever, the little necessary stuff that they need. People was worrying about that. And the ones be worrying about it, they don't have a pot to what and the window to throw out of. That's a good thing that they on a budget. At least they know where their money going. These people are about businesses, about building up, not throwing money on bags and clothes, putting it on their back. Let's go in and let's continue. Whew.
When it comes to Tisha, do you feel like Tisha is a person you want to be friends with?
How are you? Come here to steal my wife? Tisha
Can meet some people.
we're not going to be a power couple.
Now let's go ahead and let's talk about this right here. Let me go ahead and calm down, guys, because I see that I'm kind of glitchy a little bit, because I want to make sure, guys, that you hear this. So let me go ahead and calm down, because I see that I'm glitching. Let me see how to go ahead and do this. Let me calm down, because I see that I'm glitching, so I can make sure that I turn all this off. Hold on, because I see that my camera is jumping. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Want to make sure. Okay. Yeah, I had to turn all that off because I saw where I was glitching at. So let's go ahead and talk about this scene right here. We're going to talk about this scene. Now, this right here is an old clip. I guess that was, in the beginning when Mel and Tisha was frenemies, because I don't think they was friends. And they played that scene right there because they want to show Marsau as a jealous person. No, Marsau not jealous. Marsau know about y'all past. He know about the junk that you guys was doing. And you think that he want his wife involved in all this stuff right there? It's not that he's being weak. This is his wife, okay? They are married. And if they don't want to sit there and he wants to be with his wife, then that's their business. Like I said, it is what it is. You can't get jealous behind that. And we already know, long as Letitia was walking behind Melody, everything was cool. Everything was cool. And that's why now Martell and Melanie could throw in the Scott's face that they help you come to the front. They help you guys get what you got today. But like I said, somebody built the house, somebody furnished the house, but that does not mean that you're going to be able to walk in. So just because Melanie went ahead and pitched that show, just because Melanie, as she say, put a check in their pockets, but how you put it on there? You put it on a lie. You got them on there because you said that you was building up Huntsville. But from day one, from season one, what you did, talked about your marriage. Instead of y'all talking about the comeback group, what you guys was going to do into the community, you wanted to make it all about yourself. You wanted to put the stuff that was in your household, you wanted to put it on the table. And now you guys don't know how to sit there and really back in. So you seen the Scots trying to sit there and bring it back to the group, to business. Now you guys want to get mad. You want to get mad because Melody wanted to be the face of love and marriage in Huntsville. But like I said, You never win when you play dirty, guys. Look at that. You see, she felt like all that stuff. Like I say, it just wanted to make herself big. Having Letitia coming in, introducing her to other people. Guys, come on, and that's why I say God knows the person's heart.
My friend Letitia. This is my friend.
Not gonna be a power couple.
My friend Letitia. This is my friend Letitia. And this is my friend Letitia's side.
What I think is selfish.
And see right there how people want to say Letitia, she's weak. Letitia, this, that. No, like I said, what God put together, no man can take from under. They was building. Like I said, whatever he did on the outside, whatever they do, that's between this family and God. And like I said, you guys might not want to hear, but men cheat. Some men cheat. Okay. But just because they cheating with these old knuckleheads out there, that does not mean that he's going to take out of his family mouth. So you're supposed to go ahead and throw in the towel, get rid of your husband and all the stuff that you guys built. And then once somebody else round the corner didn't even put in the work, they gonna slide right in. But we're going to talk about all that, especially when Melanie came and talked about she's a strong woman. We're going to talk about all of that, okay? If you call that a strong woman, guys, then I really want to know what really is a strong woman, okay?
Is when you decide that I want to do what I want to do, not what my family needs me to do.
If I want to make sure mentally I'm growing and developing, that Tisha being cool and around me, that she will pull the strength of a woman that I have from me and get it herself. And
Now let's go ahead and talk about this. This is what I want to talk about. That's where the meat at. Let me go ahead and put this on pause because I don't know how long I'm gonna be with this right here. Okay, I got time today. Time today. Okay. Now, Melanie is saying that Marsau is jealous, okay? And it's not her exact words, but that's that she and Letitia was friends, that Letitia gonna pull out the strength that she have. What strength do Melanie have? What strength do Melanie have? Melanie been in a marriage for almost, I don't know if they was 13 because they keep changing it, 14, 16 years. And half of those years or all of those years, she had another woman into that relationship. Another, everything that she get, the other woman was getting as well. So how can Melanie have the audacity to even utter that out of her mouth? I don't consider that as a strong woman at all. Because a strong woman, as she says she is, guys, I know you don't like it, but this is real talk. Like I said, I can't sugarcoat. But Ariane sat there and said that she was in that relationship at least about 6 or 7 years. She never wanted for nothing and still don't want for nothing today. Ariane does not work. Not that we know of. The day that she met Martell been taking care of her and her child ever since. And I'm not sitting there saying that they was, but guys, look at it. How could Melanie don't see the stuff that Melanie is making herself look like a fool, guys. Melanie is making herself look like a fool. For her to sit there and say the strength of a real woman when she stayed in her marriage for almost 6 or 7 years, and I'm gonna say allegedly, and all this right here is for entertainment purposes only. So don't come out and say I'm giving some misinformation. But I know if you air it out, you are free game. But she stayed in that relationship. And when she found that her husband was having a relationship. When she left, she came back and she ended up getting pregnant, leaving again. So is that what you call the strength of a real woman? A real woman is what I call Letitia, because Letitia and her husband, like I say, marriage is not easy. Marriage is like a job. Marriage is work. But loans, nothing is taken out of your home, and you are building, you are leaving legacies for your children, then that's good. God is well pleased. Now, if he start going out there, he's messing up the money and he's putting it on all these old chicken heads out there, then we're gonna have a problem, because something is lacking. But even Melody has said when she was with Martell, nothing was liking out of her home. Martell treated her like the queen that she was. She saw no signs. But you guys allowed the outside to interfere to tear up what you guys built. So you can't get mad with nobody but yourself, because Letitia and Marsau, they decide to stay in their marriage for better or worse, because they know it's not just about them. And this generation right here, soon in a minute, when something happens, something go wrong in the marriage, they ready to throw in the towel. Oh, I can do bad by myself. But what are you doing? What are you doing? Going overseas, messing with these foreign men's, and I'm just talking, guys. I'm just talking. I'm just giving you, just talking. This is, like I say, this real talk. But what are you doing? It's not like you doing something that you better in yourself, because you still doing the same thing, poking in other people's business. If your life was grand after your divorce, why we don't see this grand life? Why we don't see that you moved on? And now I understand exactly what Marcia is talking about. You got these businesses after business making t-shirts, these little small little business, trying to see what you can throw, what's going to stick. But these people got multi-million dollar companies. Multi-million dollar companies. So if the Scots decide that they want to sell t-shirts or, sell wine, that's just like a little side job, little side hustle. But they got companies, million-dollar companies, big payrolls. But guys, you're trying to find something on these people. And if you call this the strength of a real woman, then want me to tell you something? Let Melanie start telling her story. And Melanie's story does not start with the Scots. It starts with her husband, her ex-husband, and his mistress. That's who should be on that show, where now she would have a storyline. And I'm not being messy, guys. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what I see on this reality show. Because her beef is not with Tisha. Her beef is not to try to see Letitia leave her husband. Why does she want Letitia to leave her husband? When her and Letitia not even friends. Letitia didn't ask Melanie to give her that information. So if Letitia do decide to accept the information, what they all throwing at her, and she leave her husband and the children, just like Marshall said, in a broken home, crying, done lost the business, bankrupt, and all this other stuff. Sometimes, like they say, it's cheaper to keep her. Let time work itself out. If nothing not broken. Now, if you guys are miserable and unhappy, yeah, go ahead and leave. But Letitia says she love her husband, and Martell love his wife. Because I know when it comes to a man, when a man get tired, honey, a man is going to leave. They ain't gonna just stay in. So quite obvious they have something that they trying to do is worth fighting for, and it's their family. And that's off limits. Stop poking into these people business, guys. And that's real talk. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out because I done did my hour, guys. So like I say, it is what it is, guys. And you got to know, like I said, sometimes you got to mind your own business. But when it comes to these reality shows right here, you know I try to elevate myself. But if I do a review on it, I'm going to take the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. And that's real talk. So guys, you enjoy the rest of your day, and you all have a good night.